Hey everyone, so it's still freezing out there. I went to the grocery store just across the road and came back. And it's very, very cold. With the wind chill, it's like minus 30 to minus 35. I posted some documentaries on Michael Jackson. That's what I'm watching today. I grew up with Michael Jackson in Zimbabwe, and all the Zimbabwe kids, all of us at Kwekwe High, we all loved him. Especially my class in high school, we would all dance to his music and copy his dance moves, and we were pretty good. We were big fans. So I'm sad to see that they killed him. I'm watching this documentary, and it's very sad. It's very sad to see how his room and everything was. And it's very similar to what happened to Elvis Presley right before his big show. He was wanting to do a world tour. He passed away. So I don't know if people plan these things or what it is, but it's like things seem to happen in cycles in people's lives. So anyway, if you're a Michael Jackson fan, watch it. Once U2 won that award, Michael got sidelined. That's basically what happened. So a lot of music is politics as well. And if you're not on the right side of the politics, like what happened to me, you get sidelined and you don't get the plum opportunities, you don't get the jobs. It's the same thing that's happening to Zimbabwe. I think Zimbabwe would be very foolish to go back to using the IMF and all that. But, people from here can only give our opinions and try to guide. At the end of the day, if they want to ruin the country again, that's up to them. But this is I'm not doing this for the church or anybody else. These are my talks and my videos, and they are for people who are following me as a spiritual director. It's just for us to learn and to grow from these things and to remember that Jesus likes us. Jesus is always on our side, whatever we're going through. It's there in the story of Job. It's there in the story of Mother Mary losing her son when he's tied on the crucifix. I know they depict Jesus as having been crucified with nails, and that's the common imagery that is brought to us. But if you look at ancient pictures, or even if you go into my church, go into this church next door, Blessed Sacrament, right above the altar, there's an image of Jesus on the cross. And whenever I go to Mass, I reflect on that image. And in that stained glass window, I will try to get a better picture of it. I take my photos on my phone. I don't have a proper camera to zoom in, but they're pretty good. They're not that bad, my photos. They're quite nice, some of them. But in that stained glass window, you see the image of Jesus on the cross, and he's tied to the cross. He's not nailed to the cross. And that is the ancient way that they used to kill them. They used to tie them because it's a prolonged death. It's a longer death if they tie them and they just leave them there to die on that cross. So in all our struggles, in everything that we're going through as women and men, we know that the Lord is with us. There's nobody that likes me, and that's fine. I don't care anymore. I really don't, because I've done nothing to deserve the goodness of God, and I've done nothing to deserve the cruelty with which I've been treated in Canada, losing my home in Zimbabwe, losing my citizenship, being forced out of the UK, which I liked. I kept their laws, and then now I'm here in Canada and I'm watching this country being destroyed the same way that England was destroyed. So it's very hard. It's also, I don't do that much in the church anymore. Father Larry's made some changes, so I don't read at Mass because sometimes I make mistakes and they get so upset. It's like, you know what? I'm only human. I'm sorry that you're so picky about what you want me to do. I can't arrive at the church 15 minutes in advance every time. And sometimes I make mistakes, and lots of people make mistakes. I don't want emails telling me how bad I am. I have enough of that. So this is not for anybody. It's not for the church. It's not for anyone. It's for me. It's for my ministry. And it's for people who are following me to learn from me. Because often this documentary is taking us behind the scenes to look at what happened in Michael's home. But often we don't get to see that. We don't get to see the other side of things. And he was a little boy when he started singing. So it's important for us to remember that. Many of us have worked from young ages, especially if you grew up in Zimbabwe. It was your responsibility to help the family. Even if you had a family business, you were not given the privilege of staying in that shop and working in that shop. Your parents sent you out. My mother sent us out to work because the business wasn't doing well. So, the point I'm trying to make is watch the documentaries with an open mind and keep your faith at the heart of it, because nobody knows how this life is going to turn out. It's like they coordinate it so that you'll end up with nothing and you'll end up being dirt poor. That's the way this world seems to work. And then when you die in bankruptcy. That's the way they seem to plan it, except for the elite. So anyway, hopefully I don't die in bankruptcy. That's not my aim. But everything is in God's hand. And no matter what they do to us, no matter what they bring against us, they can't break our faith. And that's what I want people to remember. No one likes me. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I have my family that like me, my immediate family, and I have a few friends and they like me. But nobody that's of any influence likes me, because if they did, they would not let my family and me live in poverty. And if you watch Mr. Maxwell, John Maxwell, and you watch his talks, he always says in there that these people, this Bilderberg group and all these banks and all that, they always plan who they want to land up with the money, and they always land up bankrupt. So I've lived my whole life bankrupt. I'm always living in debt. I never know what's coming tomorrow. But I keep my faith in Jesus Christ. And all the great ones do. All the great artists, all the people who have changed lives, all the people who have changed the world for the better, they all believe in Jesus Christ. So watch the documentary, but I'm warning you, it's not, I just started watching it and it's sad, it's awful. See what they did to him. From the time he was a little boy, he had so much come against him. It's sad. That's what I say. Where's the integrity? Where's the integrity of the doctors and the nurses and all these people that have these positions of responsibility? Where's the integrity?